Let's call them.
Okay,
Let's call them live.
I think it's back. And now it's not.
They're
No, it
toying
is.
with
It's
you.
back. It's back. So
I'm thinking it's 9 o'clock. Finn's not coming. I think he's asleep.
well, I figured he'd come in for the last portion of the show, but not this portion. I thought it'd be a portion prior to this.
Maybe he just wants to come in and pray.
Are we back? I'm texting Glennis to see if we're back because I cannot see it.
So do you have to speak out loud when you text? Does that help you find the letters?
I have to speak out loud a lot to kind of focus on what is actually needing to be done versus.
Well, because it made me think of those. You know, when you have the sound on your phone, like you touch the letter and it makes a sound. What is that about? Does that make you find the letter better? It doesn't say the letter, so if you're.
I'm confused. You mean like a touch tone?
Yes.
Phone? You touch it, it makes a noise?
On your cell phone.
Yes. Thank you, Glennis.
You can, when you text, you can touch each letter and it can make a sound. But it doesn't say the name of the letter, so if you're texting and you're just trying to know that you've hit the right letter.
You just have to memorize the noise.
It's the same noise for each letter. It's so
well, at least it clicked. It's kind of like a keyboard click.
I guess.
You can put clicks on your iPhones. Like I'll pick up people's phones who don't adjust for that, and then it's like I'm like stop.
Right? How do you stop that? Like I don't get it.
Well, I will say there are times I'm typing. I think I hit a key and I don't. And so it's a way to know that you actually registered a key. Okay, now this is flipping out on me. All right, so I think we're back. We're back on the web. Hopefully, we didn't lose our stream because somehow that doesn't seem.
Which one is that?
Well, the audio stream by itself. The video, Glennis said, is back.
Great. I'm just thrilled.
We did lose our. All right, we lost the other. This, I tell you, I don't know what it is. And we pay for Comcast. Comcast is giving.
Bummer.
I can complain about them. Right. I don't know what it is. It just drops us all. And the whole yesterday happened, because Lisa came in and said the network's down. And it wasn't. I mean, it was network. Like the whole thing was gone. The whole shooting match. Okay, so the audio stream's back up now too. But see now
where that comes from.
This is still Kit and Caboodle. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I could look it up, but I'm
distracted. I'm trying to
distracted with other stuff.
Redirect you.
Well, I'm trying to bring everything back up that we now lost. So I have to reconnect to everything that was connected, like this server and our. Well, that's back. Audio stream is back. What is not back though is YouVersion. It says it's still connecting. I'll cancel. But there it is. Proverbs 21. So you could join me in my reading. Let's read now.
We'll do that.
So this way we'll get it in. I know that way I don't forget. I will be intentional. Why do you have to move them?
Because they're on my Bible.
Gotta move.
Keep them safe.
I was listening to the top 20 countdown last night when we were here.
Uh-huh.
Was I here last night?
No. You were not.
No, I was here last night. Yesterday evening when the countdown came on, 6 o'clock.
Oh, okay.
And John Rivers, who does the countdown
with
from his house someplace.
Wife Sherry.
Lovely wife Sherry.
His lovely. I like that. He calls her his lovely bride.
This is my bride.
That's
my
very
lovely bride.
Sweet.
And she has all the stories and all the news. She's right from Texas. That's where he is, and he over time has learned that you try to vanilla-ize your voice when you're in radio, so you're not geographically like she does not.
No,
she is.
She is from Texas.
She is Texas and proud of it.
That's right.
And so he mentioned the fact that he was going to play the new Mercy Me song, first time in radio, and I'm like, "Excuse me, John.
Ha ha ha.
We've already played it."
You should text him.
But I didn't want to because we weren't supposed to.
Oh.
So maybe he got special permission.
Of the time.
We just gave a preview, a little sneak preview of the song.
We just leaked a little bit.
Just happened to play the whole thing.
Overflowed some music.
We haven't played it since. We'll wait till it's officially out. I guess. Maybe he only played part of it. I don't know. I didn't hear him actually play it because then I went home and I think got into homework. Started doing some. What are you looking at me like that for?
I just realized I'm always like up here and I'm so uncomfortable, and I could just do that.
No, but your voice projects better when you sit up though.
When you sit up?
You sit back, you get more relaxed. Can't breathe as well.
Okay.
Just a thought.
I guess I need a ball because I
need a ball.
Yeah.
Have a ball. All right. So Proverbs 21. So everybody gets to participate in my Proverbs a day. So we're reading a Proverbs a day, a chapter a day.
So you're reading the entire chapter.
The
you're
entire
not just
chapter.
Taking,
Oh gosh, no! I take the whole chapter.
Ooh.
It's very proverbial.
Alrighty. No.
It's not proverbial. It is real. It is happening. So we'll spend a little time here in
you like my new glasses
in Proverbs. Oh yeah, look at those.
They're funky.
The little polka dotty things.
No,
and stripes no, there's polka dots right on the front.
No, those are diamonds. They're it's my bling. They're like it's kind of some kind of animal print. I don't know, like giraffe or something. But it's colorful.
An animal died for those glasses? Is that what you're saying?
No, it's plastic.
No animals were harmed in the making of these glasses.
But furry glasses would be kind of cool.
Furry glasses.
Great.
I think it'd be distracting. Don't people worry about getting hair in their eyes anyway? And then like you'd have fur in your eyes. Oh gosh, I got hair in my. Well, you have fuzzy glasses.
Never mind.
Wouldn't that be a problem?
That's not where my visual went. Like I'm outside the class.
So this is Proverbs, and we'll start in Proverbs 1. Proverbs 21:1.
You're reading?
No, I'm going to read.
You're reading all 31?
I'm going to read. Is there 31 chapters? I'm going to read them all. Because this is what I would do. And I will tell you, I may go backwards and read it again. I may, like, as I'm reading a line, I'm going to stop and go back and read it again. I will take out the parentheticals.
Thank you. Thank you for that.
For people. Unless they're really important.
Oh, no. Didn't. Oh.
All right.
I want to read some.
All right. Well, you can read. I don't know. I'll pause at some point. How many chapters are there? 31?
They're verses. This is one chapter. 21.
I think there are 31 chapters.
Well, yes, there are at least.
All right. Finn just texted to say he's up.
Good morning, Finn.
He's probably not listening. He's up.
Well, come on down.
Anyway, so here we'll go. I'll read to. What did you say? 31? What's half of 31? I'll read to 16.
Okay.
You can pick it up at 16.
Thanks.
All right. So, the king's heart is in the hand of the Lord, as are the watercourses. This may be hard because you're reading a different version.
No, I have watercourse, but I need to know what a watercourse is.
I don't know. As are the watercourses, which he turns it whichever way he wills. I'm sure that means the direction that water travels. I'm not sure. I would guess that means the direction that water would travel. So that he controls which way the water flows. This isn't normally how I read. Every way of a man is right in his own eyes, but the Lord weighs and tries the hearts. The one thing I will notice that I've picked up in reading Proverbs is that he repeats himself in some of these things on a pretty regular basis. Mm-hmm. So like when he has a point that he wants to make,
he drives it home.
He drives it home every day. For me, it's like every other day. Oh, I've heard that before. So anyway, it's reinforcing in that regard.
Yep.
So every way of a man is right. Let me start that over. Every way of a man is right in his own eyes, but the Lord weighs and tries the hearts. To do righteousness and justice is more acceptable to the Lord than sacrifice. Thinking of the times there, that's interesting. Because there was so much built around sacrifice. I'm not reading very well. Haughtiness of eyes and a proud heart, even the tillage of the wicked or the lamp of joy, parenthetical, to them are sin in the eyes of God.
Okay, haughty is an interesting. Am I not supposed to comment?
I can't stop commenting.
I mean, that's how I read. Like in my head,
I'm
like, oh wait, what does that mean?
That's why I said that's why I don't
look it up.
That's why I like the parenthetical interruptions. So haughtiness of eyes. And a proud heart. Haughtiness be sort of like
that face you just made.
Yeah, I think that's kind of what I picture. Like, I'm so much better than you are. Even the tillage of the wicked or the lamp of joy to them are sin in the eyes of God. The thoughts of the steadily diligent tend only to, you should have read the first part, plenteousness.
Where are you?
I'm in the amplified version of the Bible. That's probably not there. That is verse 5. The thoughts of the diligent tend only to plenteousness. I have to look that one up. Yeah, I don't know. Yep. But everyone who is impatient and hasty hastens only to want. The thoughts of the steady and diligent, that goes right to our intentional.
Right.
Tend only to plenty. I've got to look that up. I can't let that one go.
So look it up.
I'm working on it.
It's profit. Plenteousness. Plentious.
Plenteous is a word. So now I just have to add the NSS. It's a word.
Right.
Abundant, copious, producing or yielding in abundance.
Profit.
I wish I could pronounce it, though.
Plenteousness.
Plenteousness.
Oh.
Plenteousness.
I don't know who that is. Oh,
that's a funky sound. Wow.
I don't know how to turn it off.
We are deep in the word here.
Sorry.
All right, so where are we? Thoughts of the steady. Thoughts of the diligent tend to be copious and abundant. I'm going to replace that word.
Profitable.
But anyone who is
it's
impatient and hasty hastens only to want. Securing treasures by a lying tongue is a vapor driven to and fro. That's the phrase I meant to ask
Jackie
yesterday.
To and fro?
Oh, here and there. It's in Job, and it's in the story of Noah where the crow flies, oh, darn it. Because I saw it in Job, then I'm like, oh, that's the exact same phrase from Noah. All right, so securing treasures by a lying tongue is a vapor driven to and fro. Those who seek them seek death. The violence of the wicked shall sweep them away because they refuse to do justice. The way of the guilty is exceedingly crooked. But as for the pure, his work is right and his conduct is straight.
This is one of my favorites.
It is better to dwell in a corner of the housetop than in a house shared with a nagging, quarrelsome, and fault-finding woman.
Yikes. You got 3 adjectives there?
I did.
Mine just says better to live on a corner of the roof than share a house with a quarrelsome wife. Quarrelsome was quite plenteous.
Nagging, quarrelsome, and fault-finding.
Yikes.
They parenthetically describe the housetop, which I love. So it's on the flat oriental roof exposed to all kinds of weather. So it's better to be exposed to all kinds of weather than to live in a house shared with a nagging, quarrelsome, and fault-finding woman.
And I have to stop you here because a lot of people take from that, oh, well, we're arguing, things aren't going well, we're divorcing, I'm getting out of here, we're separating, whatever.
Right.
That's not what that's speaking of. What that's speaking of is because it's clearly talking about making good choices before you take action.
Right.
So when you have all those other things in line, you're laughing over there.
It's just the amplified version. I just love the way they just amplify it. Nagging, quarrelsome, and fault-finding.
Right.
The soul or life of the wicked craves and seeks evil. His neighbor finds no favor in his eyes. When the scoffer is punished, the fool gets a lesson in being wise. But men of wisdom, and they always use a bracketed godly wisdom with a capital W. But men of godly wisdom and good sense learn by being instructed. The uncompromisingly righteous man considers well the house of the wicked, how the wicked are cast down to ruin. Whoever stops his ears at the cry of the poor will cry out himself and not be heard. Whoever stops his ears at the cry... Oh, so like blocking ears.
Right.
Stops his ears at the cry of the poor will cry out himself and not be heard. That's like that, when they came for so-and-so... No one said anything. I didn't say anything. And then eventually when they came for me, there was no one there to say anything.
Woot.
What are you wooting?
Jenny Wilson just sent me a woot, so I was wooting back. I'm wearing her shirt.
You were wearing her sweater yesterday. Did she know you got it in her closet?
Yeah. No, look, literally.
Oh, the Jenny IE shirt.
It's yeah.
All right, beautiful. So where was I? Whoever stops his ears at the cry of the poor will cry out himself and not be heard. A guilt in secret pacifies and turns away anger, and a bribe in the lap, strong wrath.
A bribe in the lap?
In secret pacifies. A gift in secret pacifies and turns away. Oh, so like to do something nice for somebody without like the whole world knowing.
Right, not seeking credit or glory.
Right. A bribe in the lap brings strong wrath.
Mine says concealed in the cloak, pacifies great wrath. That's interesting.
When justice is done, it is a joy to the righteous. Another phrase they use a lot parenthetically is the upright in right standing with God to describe righteous. Sometimes they use uncompromisingly righteous. This time they use upright and in right standing with God. So when justice is done, it is a joy to the righteous, but to the evildoers it is dismay, calamity, and ruin. And that's 15.
Okay. A man who strays...
It's going to be a lot quicker for you to read.
Why is that?
Because I have so many extra words.
Oh.
Like I said, I don't think you had 3 adjectives there probably either.
No, I'm really a little bit, that whole quarrelsome was plenteousness enough.
You got to get the whole story.
Okay, 16. A man who strays from the path of understanding comes to rest in the company of the dead. Yikes.
Here's what this congregation of the spirits of the dead.
Congregation of the spirits of
shall
the dead.
abide in the congregation of the spirits of the dead. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Wow. So I just got the wages of sin is death.
Right. And it's just such a more graphic picture that you can picture.
Yikes. A more graphic picture you can picture?
Mm-hmm.
No redundancy at all. Mm-hmm. He who loves pleasure will become poor. Whoever loves wine and oil will never be rich. The wicked becomes a ransom for the righteous. The wicked become a ransom for the righteous. That's not resonating. The wicked become a ransom for
the righteous. What's the rest of it say? It made to help it define.
And the unfaithful for the upright. That didn't help. The wicked become a ransom for the righteous.
So here's what this says. The wicked become the ransom for the uncompromisingly righteous. As I said, it defines righteous in different ways. And the treacherous for the upright, because the wicked themselves fall into traps and the pits they have dug for the good. So the as I see it, the wicked or the treacherous, they're trying to set up the righteous. They're trying to do something to trap them, but instead find themselves in their own trap. And so that actually ends up not snaring the upright and the righteous. That's the way it hits me.
Okay. I can't unpack that this quickly. Morning. All right. So this is another one of my favorites. It's funny to me. I mean, not funny in a bad way, but it is humorous to me. Better to live in a desert than with a quarrelsome and ill-tempered wife. So share your adjectives, please.
It is better to dwell in a desert land than with a contentious woman with vexation.
Yikes. Wow. That's intense.
You would like this Bible because it just brings a lot more to the table. It just helps to just round out pictures. It just opens up a lot more, I guess. Go ahead.
Well, it's interesting. The picture because of course I have a literal picture, the guy sitting on the roof, all
right, exactly,
up
in the weather versus the nagging, quarrelsome. Now you have a contentious and woman with a vexation. It's not just contentious; Yikes. She has a vexation.
Right, and don't we all know people like that?
I don't know. I got to make sure I understand what vexation means.
Okay, you look that up. I mean, I know people like that.
State of being annoyed, frustrated, or worried. So
what?
State of being annoyed, frustrated, or worried. So contentious woman with annoyance.
I definitely know some people that deal with that, and it makes me think we all know couples that are like that, and you have sympathy for the other spouse. Like, yikes. Can't imagine what that's like to go home to.
Man, I think he'd rather live on a roof than deal with that.
Be exposed to all the weather.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Those flat oriental roofs.
Right. So anyway, I think what they're trying to say here is choose wisely.
Right. I think
choose wisely.
It's pretty good at saying that.
Yeah.
Could have shortened up Proverbs quite a bit, but this is a lot more, drive the picture home.
Well, we need that.
Right.
So in the house of the wise are stores of choice food and oil, but the foolish man devours all he has. I like this one because I know there are a couple of different terms, and I can't think of them right now, that we use for having an abundance of things, abundance of money, an abundance of whatever at a given time, and we feel like we got this, we got all that, and you have to pace it.
Mine says swallows it up and wastes it.
Right.
I mean, it's like you have people who.
It's kind of gluttonous.
This time of year, you have people who are doing their taxes, and they get this bump, and it's like all of a sudden, we get this great tax return, and there'll be people who save part of it, and there's some of them invest part of it, or they'll do something for their house that they wanted to do that was sort of an investment, and then there'll be other people just like party, blow it out.
Right. But the foolish man devours all he has.
Swallows it up and wastes it.
Right. He who pursues righteous... Oh, I have this one circled. He who pursues righteousness and love finds life, prosperity, and honor.
This goes crazy. He who earnestly seeks after and craves righteousness, mercy, and loving kindness will find life in addition to righteousness, which is upright and right standing with God, and honor.
Yikes! That's a lot of. That's a little.
This book,
wordy.
I've not ever seen it printed, but it's got to be like 2 times the size of a normal Bible. It's got to be bigger than the Message.
Little bitty, teeny, weeny.
Yeah.
Right.
All right. So moving on.
A wise man attacks the city of the mighty and pulls down the stronghold in which they trust.
Interesting.
A wise man attacks the city of the mighty, pulls down the stronghold in which they trust.
Here's a better picture for you, because I know you'll like this.
Yeah.
A wise man scales the city walls of the mighty.
Oh, that's way better. Yeah.
And brings down the stronghold in which they trust. So those walls that you put up to protect the city, you're not going to be, you're not going to just let them stand and dictate what's going on. You're gonna
tear it down.
Don't let that be the thing you trust.
Okay. This is a good one. He who guards his mouth and his tongue keeps himself from calamity.
You see, mine's just troubles. That's interesting. You had the more bigger word there.
Calamity. It's kind of a fun word. The proud and arrogant man, mocker is his name. He behaves with what? Overweening pride? What is overweening? I
don't know. I have overbearing.
Overweening. I mean, I know
but
what
I have
it is
haughty
to wean
again.
A child.
I have the proud and haughty man. That's the second reference to haughty. See, this is where you need Jackie. What's that word?
Right. Where, Jackie?
Scoffer is his name. Scoffer is his name.
Scoffer.
Capital S. Scoffer.
Oh, I have mocker with capital M.
Interesting.
And it's in quotes. I wonder if that is a reference to Satan, but why would it be capitalized? I don't capitalize anything for him. I don't think he deserves that.
But it might be because it's a name. It's a name. It might actually be capitalized.
Huh. Interesting.
Like it might actually be like the evil one. And do we see capital?
I still don't capitalize for him. I just don't.
Someplace he's not rolling over in his grave. But
it's like that little dig, like, you don't get capitalized. He's
kicking dust someplace. He's like, gosh darn her. Right. That's so disrespectful.
Beans and rice.
I don't think he's saying beans and rice.
Maybe.
All right.
I hope not. That's my word. Okay. The sluggard's craving will be the death of him because his hands refuse to work. All day long he craves for more, but the righteous give without sparing.
Go ahead.
What's it? Yeah. I was trying to figure that out. What is that speaking of?
This one says, the desire of the slothful kills him, for his hands refuse to labor.
Right.
So thinking someone who is not, like slothful is, you think, just like sort of bumping a log-ish, not doing
couch
much.
Potato,
right? So you have a desire. So if you're not doing anything, your desire is going to take you off track from even doing it anyway. So if you're slothful, you're not doing anything productive.
Right.
And so I guess they're blaming it on having a desire to focus on desire versus doing something of as this says, labor, which would be something of
But why does the last line is what kind of throws me? But the righteous give without sparing. The righteous are going to give to that person who is, who's longing, but not doing.
Right. So slothful is not doing, and so therefore, not basically not moving forward. Basically, and so now he's focused on his desire instead of by putting your attention on your desire. You're not putting your effort into labor. And then it says he covets greedily all the day long, but the uncompromisingly righteous gives and does not withhold. So he desires and covets, holds everything close, wants to do things instead of being outward and doing things and doing things for other people. Okay. That's the way I see it.
Yeah. Okay.
I will say that I just got a text that said the sun is washing us out.
Oh, that's okay.
We may have to get some lights in here so we can be seen better.
Oh, well, no. Who wants to see Glennis? Okay.
All right.
The sacrifice of the wicked is detestable. How much more so when brought with evil intent? A false witness will perish, and whoever listens to him will be destroyed forever. You know, we just kind of gloss over that one. I think that's a really important one. Our words matter. And, we say things about people, and this just keeps coming up over and over in my life as I listen to other people talk about, good morning, as we listen to other people. We're going to time out, I think. I think we have a prayer request coming in.
Oh. Absolutely. What's your name?
Justin just went into the Navy.
He's just came back for leave, and he just went back.
He's being deployed.
He's going over.
Excellent. Yeah, we will. We'll do our prayer here in just a couple minutes.
Yeah. No, thank you. Thank you for stopping in.
Stopping in.
Good morning. That's tough.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's tough. Ooh,
Justin, I need to.
She smelled good. Where'd she go? You smell nice.
Walked outside. I need a pen.
Justin, here's a pen.
I got it.
Okay. I don't have paper
And I
over
grabbed
here.
the wrong one. I have my post-it notes over here. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Where were you? You're saying something about.
Oh,
That's
well,
funny.
being a
Just walked-
false
We
witness.
just have. We're right here. We're like a drive-through service.
That's awesome.
For a
What-
drive-through, it's awesome.
That is better. Yeah,
Justin.
like better than fast food.
Exactly.
Yes. Better for you here on Fat Tuesday with the potchkis smelling over here. Okay, so anyway, I just think it's very interesting and how we don't really give much credit. You know, I have a lot of people that are right now talking about other people to me, and that's just I don't believe that we realize and we recognize the damage that does later on to those people.
I'm trying to figure out whether I need to like finish or say this. One of the things that I've heard repeated over and over and over is that what you sow, you will reap.
Right. It's very true.
And there is someplace in Proverbs, and I'll have to mark it next time I come across it, that says that if you sow
Good morning,
a
Cindy.
bad word about someone, if you talk about someone, thank you. If you talk about someone in a sort of, I can't remember what the word is that this version uses, but you know, just in sort of that gossipy sort of way.
Right.
If you sow gossip, it's going to come back to you. And
Right.
what I've said over and over, and I'm seeing, what you sow, you will reap. What you reap will be greater than what you sowed.
But
One
the measures
seed-
by which you judge, you too will be judged.
Right. So if I plant a seed, it doesn't grow one other seed. If I plant a seed of corn, it produces a stalk.
Right.
And even if it takes three seeds,
right.
I'm going to get a stalk of corn
Ooh.
that has multiple ears on it, that each ear has hundreds of seeds on it. So now if I seed a bit of gossip, it's just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
I just
gonna
got to
say
tell you this one thing.
because it's true, because he did it.
Oh my
'cause,
gosh, it was, how much more is coming back to you?
Right. And we don't realize that. We don't give our words the weight. You know, we don't heed the weight that they really have. We don't
Right.
recognize that they're powerful. And we can take control of that power, so to speak, and make it positive.
Right.
You can plant positive seeds.
Absolutely.
Even, you know,
Absolutely.
when it's hard, it's, you know, I'm not going to deny it's hard sometimes.
Yep.
But, you know.
But sometimes you just have to bite your tongue, and that's hard too.
Right.
And that's why, you know, as the other diligent thing that I've been doing this year is that trying to prop myself up early. You know, the first thing in the morning that I hear are these faith statements of this is who I am, this is who God's made me to be,
Right.
and bang, bang, bang. There's 10 or 12 of them that I go through, and it's really one of the good morning.
Cute boots.
One of the first things that I try to roll through consciously in the morning. So
Good morning.
Good morning. Love those
Cute
little
hat.
hats.
I
Things
know,
that
it's so
people
cute.
put Ears
Like
poking
little
up all
ears.
over. But morning. God bless. And so, you know, the other day I was talking about the fact that whatever you need, you've got to give to God. I mean, and He'll come back with the right answer. And so, if we invest our time, we will get time. We'll find time to do things. I mean, he has this ability to. He's a God of greater.
Right.
And so, whatever you plant, I mean, it is as basic as simple gardening. Whatever you plant, whatever little tiny seed you may plant, it is going to come back much bigger than the seed you put in the ground.
Well, right. You plant an acorn, you get a ginormous oak tree,
Right.
or better yet, a mustard seed.
A mustard seed.
Yeah.
So, I missed one. So there. So that is, again, it goes back to this. So if you're planting a bad word, what makes you think that's not being fertilized and going to come back all the way around much bigger at some point down the road?
Right.
So it's not an easy thing to not do, because we all just, you catch yourself in it, you don't even realize you're doing it at times.
Well, I think in those moments, that's when you need to really take it before the Lord and there are a lot of scripture. There's one in here in particular that helps me a lot when I'm in those moments, and I'll just kind of, sometimes I say it out loud. It's set a guard over my mouth, O Lord, keep a watch over the door to my lips. And that kind of, that's gotten me through a lot.
Where are we?
Helps me to bite my tongue. I am moving on to
I forgot
29.
29, thank you.
A wicked man puts up a bold front, but an upright man gives thoughts to his ways. See, there's lots here about making good choices before you act.
Yes.
There is no wisdom, no insight, no plan that can succeed against the Lord. Amen. I like that one.
You know what's interesting? There's one more verse here, but all throughout when the way the Amplified capitalizes things and does things, wisdom is capitalized when referencing wisdom from God. Mm-hmm. There, it is actually parenthetically or bracketedly described as human wisdom, and it's a small w. So there's no human wisdom or understanding or counsel
against Yahweh. Really,
that can prevail against the Lord.
Right.
All right.
The horse is made ready for the day of battle. The victory rests with Yahweh.
But deliverance and victory are the Lord. Yeah, that's kind of what we talked about yesterday. You got to plan. You got to act out the plan. You got to do it. But ultimately, you need to be doing what God would have you do. You could have tremendous plans and great, heading into big battles. But if it's not the right time, it's not the right thing, then it will not. You'll try harder and succeed less.
And you might find yourself on a roof.
On a roof in the rain.
Right. So I think the overlying message of this chapter is really just finding His will, getting in His will, living His will, and when you do those things, I think you just much more naturally make better choices.
Yeah, I think he's planted in us what we know is right.
Mm-hmm. Oh, definitely.
And if we would just take the time to think through those things more often than not. I mean, that prayer thing, I think, as I've read and as I've heard, His word, His will is in His word. I mean, all this stuff is here. It's not as though it's not something we can find. We can't find. It's not as though we can't find the answer to this. The questions that we seek. But again, it's being and spending time in the Word, and it's spending time in prayer, and just letting those things sort of settle on you because they're there. So anyway, so there's Proverbs 21. It took me a little longer today than what it would normally take.
Really?
We started this about 10 after 9. It's pretty funny.
I'm kind of impressed that you read the whole chapter.
It's just something that I think I need to do.
Well, I mean, at one time, when I'm reading, I will very often, very easily get stuck in one. Like, where's that one about the stronghold? I was painting a whole picture there, like a whole story was evolving, and I'm erecting walls, fortresses and all kinds of stuff, and I really the words really come alive for me. So I often don't have. Not that I don't have time, but it takes a lot of time to do that, to really kind of meditate on those things.
There will be times that I'll go backwards and I'll read a line over again, and I'll look at it a little bit. I'll sometimes look it up too, but the cool thing is then that's sort of my parting thought for the day, and so I just sort of sleep on it and just sort of let that be the thing that wraps up my day. Well, but at the same time, it's actually starting my new day. So at that time, I'm reading for whatever day this is, but I'm doing it at the end of the day that I'm finishing. So I don't know, just kind of the way I'm wrapping and starting. So that was Proverbs 21 in some form or fashion. Not necessarily any way you'd actually see it written anyplace else. No. But that's all right. So anyway, we'll probably wrap up for the day with a little prayer and just take in the sunshine. Gosh, it's bright.
It's a good thing. We're not complaining. Bring it on.
Yeah, it's actually like the window is getting glary because of the
we need one of those
brightness out there. So now you can't see out the window as well. Oh. Looks like a whiteout.
Ooh,
maybe that's what she was saying.
The snow is melting.
Yeah,
that's a good thing.
So
is our friend Finn making it in?
No, doesn't look like it because we're well beyond time.
We are.
Anyway, so all right. Well, we thank folks for listening and hope our video online experience was, other than our Comcast
Tolerable.
hiccup, that may be a new way for you to join us in the morning. Next thing is just how do we take it sort of next level and so at the beginning of the show, we played 2 songs.
We did.
We played 2 songs.
One was very long.
One's very long.
It's good because I was stuck behind that garage.
Stuck behind the garage.
Yeah. I was making a
Now
joke.
you're like going all over the place.
I was going to say band.
Now it's like
and
a
then I
different
stopped.
type of
Right.
different word altogether. So, but if you can tell me the artist, the first song of the hour that we played, don't tell me. You don't tell me.
That's
But
all right. I don't know.
If somebody could email me the name of the artist, or I've got tickets to his show on Saturday.
Ooh. Oh,
So if you can put those things together, you can. The first person whose email I get at info@witw93.5.com, info at witw93.5.com, and I feel good about that because no one knew which email I was going to give out. So
right.
everybody has an equal chance, and it's an equal chance to spell it right.
No one knew which email you were going to give out.
No, because I have like 19 emails, and so I mean
Or
I
the
could have said
station.
RG at WITW.
You could have, right?
So it's info. Everybody had an equal chance. No one has, a one up on anybody. No, you can't. No, I was just kidding. Just sliding across the table. Here's the answer. Info at WITW 93.5. First correct answer. I'll have tickets for the concert of this person on Saturday. The song after the person.
You didn't
that we
give it
played.
away at all.
No, I'm not trying to make it hard. Just trying to make you think a wee bit. The second song we played is also the person in concert with this other person. The second song we played.
I don't remember any music this morning. No, you confused me thoroughly. What are you just giving it away?
I gotta wait. I gotta find my email. So we'll see. So if somebody wants to email info at WITW93.5, 2 tickets for
.com.
that person.
Don't forget the
that
.com.
person's concert. No, texting Jen does not count.
I
Yes,
knew that
no.
was Missy.
So info at WITW93.5.com. And just tell me who was the first person we played, and you will win tickets to their show Saturday night. And I'll email you back with information about how to get those tickets. So we're looking forward to the show, and we'll be back tomorrow. Oh, that's what I remember way back when I picked up my phone. I couldn't remember what I was supposed to be doing.
Yes.
I was trying to figure out the name of the pastor to make sure I had his name right, who's going to be here tomorrow. Who Chris Sandberg, our pal Chris, set up the meeting.
Morning,
Pastor
Chris.
Kurt, it was Kurt with a K. He'll be here tomorrow morning, probably about 8:30, which is good. So he won't be standing outside the door. A lot of times we'll have guests who get here like 5
Before
minutes
us.
till 8.
Like,
And as much as I say,
start
no,
at
really,
8.
we come in at 8.
And
You know,
we
I'm
just
trying to
turn it
get
on.
here again, be here at 8 so we can get the
I'm
camera
trying
and stuff
to.
on now. And but Pastor Kurt will be here about 8:30, and we'll
That's
talk
good.
about. They're doing their what do they call that? Vineyard, the live music this weekend on Friday night at
New Song?
At New Song.
It's
Yeah.
called Vineyard?
I think they call it the Vineyard.
Oh.
What do they call it?
I don't know.
Maybe Wellesley.
Now I'm thinking
remembers.
Branch.
Maybe she's still.
Wellsend? Now we're resorting to last
Yeah.
names.
Well, there's so many Jennies. If I
Hey,
said, hey, if
Wellsend.
Jenny knows this answer. Oh, and then I got like you going, I don't know the answer, and then Bolton's going, I don't know the answer. And so there's Jenny. So if Miss Wellsend can remember what the name of I thought it
if
was.
she's still listening, if she's hanging on this long,
Maybe she's trying to win tickets.
I think she, yeah, maybe.
I can't believe I can't remember it. It's the Vine. It's the Vine.
Vine?
And I came
Vine,
back to myself.
Vineyard,
the
Branch.
Vine. It's all
connected.
It's all connected. It's the branch.
Right.
We're all connected to the branch, right?
Right.
So the Vine, I believe, is happening again this Friday. Pastor Kurt will come talk about that and what else is happening with New Song. And he'll be in tomorrow morning about 8:30 or so.
So he is the pastor of New Song.
Of New Song, correct.
Okay.
And then Thursday will be Tiny. There'll be a preview to our Testimony Tuesday on Thursday. And then
Say that
Friday,
5
Jenny's
times
going to be
fast.
in, and I think Greg Johnson's going to be in to talk about Bandfest. So Jenny's going to
Great.
talk about, she's going to bring her new song, and not new song, she's going to bring her new song.
Morning
and,
Light.
Wow. And talk about the tour coming up, and then I think Greg Johnson's going to try and get in town, and we're going to talk about the Bandfest, the band contest that's going on, so people can.
Right. Does it have a name?
Bandfest.
Bandfest.
Bandfest, yeah.
Okay. We need a poster. We need a poster,
I think
Greg.
I have one someplace.
Okay. We need another one. Or if you lost the poster.
So Yeah, they're in late April. They're doing a contest for a play-in opportunity to be on stage for their band fest that's later in the summer. Then
Right, it's like a battle of the bands.
Battle of the Bands.
All bassy again. I want to go bassy. It's weird for girls to do that.
So that's what's happening for the rest of the week, and then I think I'm already starting to put plans together for the following week, which is really cool. We're starting to bubble up. I reached out to Matt Given to have him come back and visit us again because we want to dig more into that book.
Okay, I told him a couple weeks to read the book.
I said I needed a couple weeks to recover from my brain being blown up.
Yeah.
And then we had Jackie in yesterday. I think I had another brain lockup moment. So anyway, so that's what's happening for the week.
What were you wanting to ask her about? There.
To and fro.
Hither was all that would.
To and fro.
To and fro here and there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, because there's a couple different references to it now that I've found. When Satan was wandering to and fro, the crow flew to and fro. That's actually not the right words. That's not the right word. I'll have to find out the right phrase. And she wanted an early assignment, so I'll do that. I'll get that to her. And we'll do a little prayer. Gosh, it's 9:45.
Yikes.
And then we do want to lift up Justin.
We do.
Heading back off into the service. And there was an interesting, I think I talked a little about Charles Stanley's message. I watched it over the weekend talking about unconditional love and just giving without receiving, or the intent to receive, or the expectation of receiving anything. And anybody who signs up for military service to represent and to protect our country is unquestionably doing that. Mm-hmm. And not only do they not know our names, but they're willing to lay down their life for us. We, by and large, don't know thousands and thousands of people who are every day standing up for us, whether it's in another country, whether it's here on the streets of our city, whether it's someone who's willing to go into a burning building, whoever those people are. God bless them, literally, and may they be blessed in return, because they can't know, and nor can we know, the sacrifice and the commitment that they make to their calling. And there's no other thing it could be but a calling, because you have to be cut out for that, right? And you have to be willing to follow it, and those are two entirely different actions, and so again, we'll as a sort of representative to the many names that we don't know, we lift up Justin and ask God to protect him and keep him safe and just fill him up, keep him lifted up. So we'll take a moment to pray. Heavenly Father, I thank you so very much for this opportunity to have time just talking, digging into your word just a little bit this morning, and that you actually allow time in for us to reach you in this way, and that we're able to cut out this time and again be very intentional about who you are to us, and know that in the end you're everything for us. We're blessed beyond our understanding, and I pray that you help me to keep my eyes open to not only that which you have given, but that which I need to give to others. We don't give for we don't receive for selfish purposes. You don't provide for us just to be slothful and focus on that desires, as it said in 21, and we just covet that which you give us. But instead, we need to take what you give us and put it back out into the world. And whether that's to lift up one of our Christian brothers and sisters, or whether it's to reach out to someone who may not know you as well as you'd like them to know you, and that gift you've given us, or me specifically, to give to someone else, I've got to realize it's not mine to own, it's mine to give. So keep me attentive, keep us all attentive, keep us aware of those around us who, again, believers in you need lifted up too. We need to be there to help fill them, and we need to be able to reach out to those that don't know you so they might know you better. And as You could see the emotion in Justin's mom's eyes. Sending him off into an unknown that, to us, but it's known to you. And just go with him, and help keep him filled up as he heads back out. But certainly be with his mom as well. Fill her with some level of comfort, knowing that you've got this. Whatever the end game is, it's all for your honor and glory. And again, I thank you so very much for the folks who chime in, the folks who participate, the folks who are praying with us for your guidance, your wisdom and discernment as we take this little corner of our world forward. I thank you for this time.
Yahweh, I come before you this morning humbled by the blessings that you pour out upon us through provision and through people in particular, Lord. It struck me as RG was praying that we were just blessed with potchkis from Robin, and in celebration or in honor of a time of sacrifice that is coming up that people keep. And that made me think of the sacrifice that Justin is about to make and that so many others make on a daily basis, and what a blessing that is for us. And I appreciate that, Yahweh, and I thank you for bringing all these amazing people, for raising them up, and just the courage that it takes to make a sacrifice, however big, however small, if it is a life, if it is, a financial sacrifice, if it is a gift, as RG said, the things that you allow us to sacrifice it's a gift. Well, I think I'm twisting what he said into my own thing, but the sacrifices that we make, they are gifts. They are gifts not just for others that we're making the sacrifices for, but they're gifts. It's a gift to ourselves, because it's a blessing to not to have to sacrifice, but to get to make those choices. And like we read in Proverbs 21, when we are lined up with your will, then we just naturally make these good choices, and some of them are hard, but the end result is always good, and you promise us that over and over and over again in your word. So with having said that, I will thank you for your word, for the gift that it is. It's amazing to me that we have it at our disposal. I chuckle at RG and his electronic version of it, as I have probably 12 Bibles in my home just scattered throughout. And though that may seem excessive, I share them, and it's not lost on me that it is a blessing that I have one, just even one. And I pray for for the people all over the world that don't have that opportunity, that don't have that blessing. And I just ask you that even here in our little corner of the world, that you would help us to continue to spread your word here at the station and in our daily lives. I thank you for the sunshine today. I pray that you continue to pour forth your light into us and through us. And I pray all this in your Son's holy name. Thank you, Jesus. Amen.
Amen. I hope everybody has a great day. We'll be back tomorrow. Pastor Kurt on Wednesday, Tiny on Thursday, and Jenny and Greg on Friday. So good week. Thanks for joining us on the air and online. And as he said, if you get home, you can, if you wanted to catch part of it again, I believe, like I said, we'll see how it goes. But it should play back if you click on the website in the upper right-hand corner. So have a great day. We'll be back tomorrow. Thought this was an appropriate song. Went back and dug it. Remedy Drive-In.
Happy Tuesday
Daylight.
song.
Yeah, it's Daylight. WITW. Thanks.
Has everything you've counted on left you right here with no warning? Have your dreams become invisible? Wait with me, dear, till the morning.